Okay. Like I said, I was going to touch on that really touchy subject, but I'm not going to do a whole video about it. It was about how unfair it was that women weren't allowed into certain MOSs, you know, infantry, special forces, stuff like that. It's not about me whining about the fact that it's unfair. What I was going to say was that I really don't care about the fact that I can't go into these MOSs, so I'm probably, you know, when I get messages that ask me if I think it's fair or don't I think it sucks or anything, honestly, I'm just going to ignore them because I'm sick to death of talking about it. There's really no point. It's not going to change overnight, and even if they did to start to discuss it, like tomorrow, it's going to take years for them to actually come to a decision. So I'm not worried about it. I really don't care about it. I'm not whining about it. I'm moving on. I've already picked the MOSs that I'm going to try to get, and not one of them is based on the fact that I'm choosing them over something that I can't get into. So there's that. Enough said. I'm not going to answer any more questions. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Do not message me about it because I will just ignore you. The second thing that I want to talk about, I wanted to answer Apizic. They wanted to know what websites do I use to study the ASVAB for. I use two, military.com and marchtosuccess.com. Marchtosuccess.com has a lot of good refresher stuff. I mostly study from my ASVAB book though. I'm sorry, I'm trying to talk as fast as possible, which is causing me to burp for some reason. I think it's because I inhale air. Anyway, military.com. What I do on there is every 2 weeks or so, I'll go take another practice ASVAB off of military.com just so that I can see if I've improved or not. If I'm not improving, I want to know why, and I'll figure it out, and then I'll retake it and see if I have improved. So those are the two sites that I do use, and I really hope that you find that information acceptable. Another question that I get asked is, what exactly was it like for me to walk into the recruiting station? And honestly, I went during a really quiet day. There wasn't any other prospects walking in, so when I walked in, like there was a whole bunch of recruiters, you know, waiting for somebody to walk in and get information for, or appointments that they had or something like that. So when I walked in and it was really quiet, they all kind of turned to look at me, which was a little bit funny and intimidating at the same time. But then I remembered that they're there to help me get into the military, so I kind of got over my intimidation. After I sat down and talked with one of the recruiters, they came right over to shake my hand and to talk to me, which is very polite. And I appreciate that because I was kind of at a loss as to what to do next. Like I said, there was a brief moment of intimidation. So we talked about why I was there in the office, what I wanted to do, possibly all this other stuff. He pulled out a piece of paper, started asking me questions from the piece of paper that you have to ask, like height, weight, which I'm still working on. It was kind of embarrassing, but at the same time, you know, I'm not really shy about that kind of thing. Obviously, I've posted my weight a couple times in here. You know, and that's it. They gave me a card for the female recruiter that wasn't there at the time so that I could come in and get taped and stuff like that again, but I already knew that I wasn't going to make tape, so there was no point in trying to tape when I knew I wasn't going to make tape. You know, he suggested that I set up an appointment so that I could go and take the ASVAB or the practice ASVAB. You know, it's basically just to see what your AFQT is if you went and took the ASVAB today, and I needed a 31, got a 43, which is nice, but I want something more than that, like I said before, so that's why I'm starting my rear end off. You know, after the first moment of intimidation or like kind of shock that everybody's like, ooh, somebody's walking in the office, you know, just be comfortable, you know, tell them the truth while you're in there and everything like that. And, you know, get going. After you get done talking, they will give you a nice little card so that you can go ahead and, you know, keep in contact with that recruiter. That's pretty much it for that. I get a lot of questions about when I'm going to post the video for the discussion board. The whole point of the matter, the whole thing that I've decided is that I'm not going to. I'm going to refer you to the goarmy.com site for information and stuff like that. But that's pretty much all I got for you. And the stuff that you hear about on the that you read about in the discussion board, you know, if you're not entirely sure that that's 100% the answer, go ahead and take it to your recruiter and they will talk about it with you further. Just a really quick note, I am not soliciting for the military, for the Army in any way, shape, or form. Like I said, the whole purpose for doing these videos is to let you know that there is information out there for you. I do not plan on, you know, pushing people to get into the military. I'm not talking about how wonderful and stuff like that it is for everybody. I'm talking about the, you know, I'm talking about the reasons why I want to join it, stuff like that. And, you know, this is just to, you know, show you that it can be done. Basically, especially for people like me that are trying to lose weight and study for the ASVAB and get into the military. You know, I just wanted to kind of start a kind of diary thing so that you can see that it can be done. And it's going kind of slow right now, but like I said, my sister has decided that she might be seriously thinking about going in, so we will be losing weight together, and it's nice to have a support system. So that's the only reason I'm doing these videos. I'm not soliciting. I'm not trying to get people to join. I'm not a recruiter. That's pretty much it. Just wanted to get that out there for you. By the way, goarmy.com, when you go onto that site, they'll have an area that'll tell you that they have Facebook, MySpace, and apparently a YouTube channel that you can go look at. So there's that for you guys, and the next time I see you, I will be doing probably another update. I might be seeing you sooner if I have more questions. And just comment, rate, and subscribe, and I really appreciate the fact that people are viewing this. So, you know, big claps to you for not ignoring me, and I will see you next time.